Persistence, the power of persistence and your fitness. Consider grabbing a pen and a paper. I'm going to share with you a couple of key things about the power of persistence. So, number one thing I believe when it comes to your health and fitness goals is to have a clear, specific goal. That know exactly what it is you want to achieve. If you could wave a realistic magic wand and you could have your body, your health, and your energy any kind of way you wanted it to be, what would that be like? That's very, very important. And then that you persistently just keep up with that. How do you do that? One of my favorite ways to do that I've learned from my mentor that I pass on to my clients. And if I was working with you, I'd be passing this on to you and reminding you of this every time we talk. Is that consider saying your goals every day in the present tense, just like this. Consider writing it out. I am happy and grateful now that I am, and then you state your goal, right? So, for example, my goal is to add about 10 more pounds of quality muscle onto my physique. I weigh about 170 now. I want to weigh 180. So every day when I'm driving to the studio or wherever I'm headed, I say, I am happy and grateful now that I am 180 pounds, feeling strong and healthy like a supple leopard. So notice how I threw in something at the end. You can throw in whatever you want, whatever you relate with. I am happy and grateful now that I am, and then you state your goal. So I hope that makes sense. Now, also too, once you have your goal, you want to back it up with a great game plan, and then you persistently stick with it. That's the thing. It's kind of like, brushing our teeth. Say, for example, you can't just brush your teeth one morning and then that's it. We have to do it every day, at least twice a day. Brush and floss, right? At least every day, twice a day. Persistently. So what is it with fitness? What I encourage you to do with your fitness is to follow what I call the 5 fundamentals of fitness. So if you're taking notes, it's proper training, nutrition, recovery, supplementation, and mindset. So those are the key things to focus on. Number 1 is training. When it comes to your training, consider having a clear game plan, but balance it out with some sort of strength training and cardiovascular training. I feel it's real important to have a combination of each. Say, for example, if we have a twin-engine airplane and we only have one engine working on the airplane, well, it's not going to be as efficient as if we have both engines going on the airplane. You want to have your training engine going and your strength training going and your cardiovascular engine going. I encourage you to have both, right? Now, when it comes to nutrition, have you yet seen Forks Over Knives and The Game Changers? I encourage you to, if you haven't watched those documentaries, they're on Netflix and YouTube. You can find them for free there now. Forks Over Knives and The Game Changers. Those are 2 documentaries that I recommend consider watching. So when it comes to nutrition, say for example, if we want to build a 2-story house from scratch. Now imagine we're trying to build this house, but imagine we only have half the materials necessary to build the house. How far are we going to get? Right, about halfway, right? So the foods that you and I eat on a daily basis are like the supplies that goes towards building our body. So the foods that you and I eat on a daily basis are the supplies that goes towards building our body. That's why it's important that we eat the good stuff, right? So now, what's the good stuff? Now, say for example, we're trying to build a fire in a fireplace. And imagine if we have 2 choices. We have a stack of oak wood on one hand, and we have a stack of paper on the other hand. Now, not including, kindling and getting the fire started, but if you had to choose between oak wood or paper to burn in your fireplace consistently, which one would you pick and why? So think about it. Which one would you pick and why? Would it be the oak wood or would it be the paper? Well, most people choose the oak wood. And why? Because it's going to burn longer, slower, more consistently. What are some good examples of oak wood? Some good examples of oak wood are like what I consider whole food plant-based diet, right? Which is fruits and vegetables, whole grains like brown rice, quinoa, oatmeal, and proteins like legumes, lentils, nuts, and seeds. Those are the things to think about. Now, when it comes to nutrition, what we are affected also in 3 different ways by what we eat. It affects our health. So what you eat affects your health. Okay, and we know that. We're just talking about that. But it also, if you eat whole food plant-based, you're also doing what's considered better, healthier for the environment, if you care about that. And then also, are you an animal lover? I know a lot of people love animals, right? If you eat whole food plant-based, you're not eating meat and dairy and eggs. You're not harming the animals. You're not killing them or violating their rights or hurting them in any kind of way. So you're also technically vegan, right? Because you're eating whole food plant-based, and that's healthiest for you. It's healthiest for the environment, and it's best for the animals. So 3 different things to consider. And if you look into it, if you have any questions about it, reach out to me. Right now I'm looking for some people who's wanting to change their fitness lives for the better. If you're interested in that, please consider messaging me the word FIT, F-I-T, to my phone number, which will be in the description of this video. It's 520-400-9573. You can text me the word FIT. 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. You can text that to me, and I'll get back to you within 24 hours. And we'll have an interaction, and I'll share with you about my program. It may or may not be a fit, and either way is okay. All right, persistence. The power of persistence in your fitness levels is very important, to be persistent and just stay with it. And that's why coaching works, because it really helps you to stay with it. Imagine if you and I got together every week on the phone or Zoom. Every week we met and discussed your fitness goals. And all my fitness enthusiasm just rubs off on you. Think about that. Imagine how much better you're going to be in 4 months and a year if you have that energy, right? If we have that energy. Remember, you are who you hang around. If we hang around, my fitness energy is going to rub off on you, I promise. All right, that's it for now. Power of persistence. See you on the next lesson. Bye for now.